to top it all off, because we were in the Rocky Mountains, there's obviously bears and other animals that are attracted to the smell of your food. So we had to place our food far enough away from the tent so that animals aren't coming to our tent, which is standard practice if you're ever in North American area where there's bears and other animals like that. I remember at the campground we were at, there was metal lockers that you could put your food in, which was great, but there was also tiny holes about that big where mice would get in. And we didn't know that at the time, but we found out quite quickly that they would get in, and then they chewed through our plastic bags that we had stored our food, because we had stored all our food in Ziploc plastic bags. So we had a bunch of food that became contaminated and we couldn't even eat it. And this is all on a weekend trip. It could have been viewed as a complete disaster, but what ended up happening was we went on a day hike during one of the days, and we walked our way to the Alberta British Columbia border. And when I saw that signpost that we were officially at the border to enter British Columbia, and we managed to get there on foot, there was something that clicked in my head of how incredible it was to be able to walk somewhere on foot and be in the absolute wilderness. And I started to think that maybe this is something I'm really into. Maybe I would love to do more of this. And I did. But it wasn't much longer after that that I decided to walk across the width of British Columbia. And that was a couple years later. And at this point in time, I had my first weekend experience with that colleague. And then I had one more solo weekend trip where I had invested in a better tent, I had invested in a better cooker, and kind of upgraded my experience. But after that, I decided, let's go 1,000 kilometers across British Columbia solo. My reasoning was that I was intending to travel the world, and I didn't know when I'd be back, and I wanted to experience all the Rocky Mountains had to offer before I left. And my mindset was that hitching as a single female was more dangerous than walking my way through the wilderness with a map route that I had chosen on my own was safer. So that's what I did.